Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, what's going on with this phone?
Then the next birthday, the Councilwoman Hyde.
On the 22nd, since we're putting birthdays out there.
Well, definitely, start like, I know that's right. They used to come and they,
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now 7:33, and this meeting of the mayor and council of the town of Forest Heights, Maryland, will now come to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Hines,
Present.
Councilmember Kennedy, Councilmember Brownson,
Here.
Councilmember Little,
Present.
Councilmember McDonald,
Here.
Council President Noble,
Here.
Councilmember Kennedy, Mayor Lilly.
Present.
Mr. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, we will have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Next, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, and I ask that everyone who is able would please join us in standing. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. All right. Since our last meeting, the minutes for September 17th, 2025 were distributed in advance. At this time, are there any corrections or additions to the meeting minutes from September 17th? Councilmember Bronson.
I just have one question. In the minutes, my question is, does it matter which order the minutes are in? Because on the first page, a motion to amend the agenda during Greenville presentations is at the front. And that was actually done after the Department of Environment presented their presentation. So I was wondering, does it matter what order the minutes are in?
Well, if something occurred in a different chronological order, we can update it. And I'll go to Madam Clerk for an update.
So in the system, whenever I am making a motion for the agenda, it all goes back to the same area. Because that's the only place to make a motion with regard to the agenda. So unfortunately, it doesn't organize itself as to when that happened, when the minutes populate, if that makes sense. So all the motions to the agenda would be together.
Why?
That's just the way it's done in the system.
You can't change it?
I would have to reach out to board docs to find out if that's something I could change, but otherwise, no.
Because I mean, I would like to see the minutes reflect how it actually happened.
Understood.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Brownson. So let's take a note to look into that. And it was just the order that was, the item was presented. The presentation from Greenville needs to be moved prior to, which presentation was it? Okay. And Madam Clerk, can you take a note on that? All right.
I'm doing so now.
All right. Well, if there are no other additions or corrections, the minutes for September 17th will be approved. Next, we will have approval of the main agenda. Is there a motion to approve our main agenda tonight?
I make a motion that we approve tonight's minutes and agenda also. Thank you.
Is there a second?
I second.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve tonight's main agenda. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Are there any opposed? Okay, hearing none, the ayes have it, and our agenda is adopted. First up, we have a proclamation for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And in the interest of time, I'm not going to read the entire proclamation, but I will share that the town of Forest Heights will be participating in and was invited to by Director Reese, the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Walk, which is going to happen on Saturday, October 11th. 9 a.m. is that the start time? Okay, 8 a.m. for those early risers. So please join us there as we will be supporting those survivors and families who Saturday, October 11th, this Saturday. And it's going to be at National Harbor. All right. I move that we adopt the Breast Cancer Awareness Month proclamation.
I second.
It has been moved and seconded that we adopt the Breast Cancer Awareness Month proclamation. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Are there any opposed? Okay, hearing none, the proclamation is adopted. At this time, we're going to have, actually, no, we're not going to do that yet. Madam Clerk, I think we need to amend the agenda. We have the swearing in for Mr. Lindell Murphy happening, but we need to vote on his item for reappointment first.
No, I believe we've already voted on his swearing in is for the Veterans Commission.
Oh, my apologies.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lindell Murphy is a super volunteer, so he's on 2 of our community committees. So at this time, Mr. Murphy, if you come forward, we're going to swear you in as part of the Veterans Commission.
Let that young woman go to me.
And we
Appreciate that.
Okay, so we're going to have you face me. You'll stand here in the middle. And Mr. Murphy, if you can raise your right hand, please. Wrong item.
You can wait.
Okay. I state your name.
I, Lindell Murphy,
Do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I do swear I will support the Constitution of the United States.
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
I bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and that I and support the Constitution and laws thereof.
and support the Constitution and laws thereof.
And that I will,
That I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality and prejudice,
execute the office of
execute the office of
Veterans Commissioner
Veteran Commissioner
in the town of Forest Heights,
in the town of Forest Heights,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of this state.
and the laws of this state.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just need your signature really quickly, sir. Son will turn and see you after the birth. According to the process. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay. Oh, Mr. Murphy, would you like to come take a photograph?
Yes.
We want to give you the same treatment that everyone else got who got sworn in recently.
Okay, no problem. I enjoy all the attention as possible. I need to get a copy of that. Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right.
Next, we'd like to recognize some community partners. These are individuals and groups who, over this year, have helped to augment the services and the feeling of commitment and community that we show in Forest Heights. And so, if we could, we'd like to first welcome our County Council member, Council Chair Edward Burrows III, who represents the town of Forest Heights, Maryland, on the county level, and now he represents all the residents of the county. So if you could please come forward, sir. This certificate states that we proudly present Chair Edward Burrows III in appreciation of your generous funding and commitment to enriching the lives of children through the PALS Summer Camp Program.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Here you go.
Let's go this way.
Where do you want to take it? Well, let's take it by the flag.
Okay.
And if there's anyone else, part of council who wants to go down and get in photograph as well, you're invited.
Once we get up as a team.
And for those at home, Council Chair, could you remind us how much Forest Heights was able to be benefited with this year because of your leadership?
Thank the Minutemen for Police Department. They're so phenomenal every single year. I think you keep working with the police department. But that police department under, I still call him Chief Reeves. Coleman, you got a squad that really, men and women in your force that truly love the community and truly love the youth of the community. So whatever I can do to stay in support, please keep me posted.
We will. Thank you. And I think I remember the figure. It was somewhere, let's say it was several tens of thousands of dollars that helped to support the PAL Camp program over the summer and the spring, which provided a month-long summer camp program, food, activities, field trips, and other enrichment. So thank you again. And thank our police department as well. Thank you. Next, I'd like to call up, I see in the audience, Mr. and Mrs. Arrington from the Evolve Foundation. So the Evolve Foundation helped Forest Heights in partnership with our police department to do a Stuff the Bus event this year. They took the Forest Heights bus up to Tanger Outlets, who they partnered with, and they collected school supplies for 3 of our elementary schools, Oxon Hill Elementary, which is newly annexed into the town, Forest Heights Elementary, and Flintstone Elementary. And then with Acting Chief Forster, they delivered those supplies to all 3 schools. So in recognition of your meaningful support and collaboration on the Stuff the Bus initiative to the town of Forest Heights, we say thank you, and this award is given to you for that purpose. And I also want to plug that Mr. and Mrs. Arrington are the parents of Kyle Arrington, and his wife, Vashonda Arrington, started the Evolve Foundation to give back to our community. And just a little spotlight there. He's a hometown hero. He's a former NFL player who did go to the Super Bowl and bring a ring back home. And the Patriots, right? The Patriots, yeah. But he did spend some time playing for the Ravens as well, right? So he's a hometown hero, and we just are so grateful that you give back to this very community where he came from. So thank you.
Thank you. Set this award on
Kyle and Vashonda's behalf.
You can speak so people can hear you.
Well, I'm sorry. We humbly accept this award on Kyle and Vashonda's behalf. They couldn't be here tonight, but they send their love and well wishes. But they got 3 small babies at home, and all 3 of them in sports, and they got to go to practice. And so they're having the parent duties syndrome tonight. So that's what we know about that. But Sandy?
Oh, well, I will say that Kyle is so passionate about giving back to the community. He graduated from Gwen Park High School, and his main theme is he wants the kids in Prince George's County, no, everywhere, to have the same village that he had. And I tell you, we were the village, and the neighbors were the village. If I need my kid picked up, dropped off, I'm calling somebody, and we just, did what we had to do to make sure our kids succeeded. And we want to make sure that other kids get that same opportunity to get the exposure, the help, and the opportunity, and the programs, and whatever they need. We're there to help them get it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's take a photograph.
Okay.
Now, what's the about this year, right? We're gonna do something this year. Very good. For Christmas. That was it for Christmas. Very good. Thank you also. All right, there's a continuing theme here tonight. And next, we're going to bring up JTCC, which stands for the Junior Tennis Champion Center. As part of our PAL Summer Camp, this program started under our former Chief Reese, who's currently lieutenant here. Has just grown and grown. And we've had so many seeds of community involvement that just keep expanding every year. So last year, we went to JTCC, which has a facility in College Park. We took the kids there a couple days for 1 week. This year, JTCC expanded our partnership, and they came to us twice a week for 4 weeks right here in the town of Forest Heights, offering tennis instruction and other skill building. And I got to come in for a couple of times. I think we have a couple of kids that may have the special sauce, huh? I think so. So this is I have one for Megan as well, but I'll read the one for you. To Mr. Evan Morcell, who was personally here working with the kids, the following award is given to you in recognition of your support and service to the town of Forest Heights during the PAL Summer Camp through the JTCC tennis program and for delivering exceptional programming to our youth. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Did you want to have any words?
Sure. Well, please excuse my voice, y'all. Been doing a lot of coaching. I woke up like this. This was the highlight of my summer. From the first day to Forest Heights Day. Absolutely amazing. Haven't been with man, I'm about to get myself in trouble. The Forest Heights Police Athletic League is the warmest, most welcoming, most intentional league that we have worked with. This is not the last time that we'll be here. We're all about expanding the equity of the sport in Prince George's County. The southern end of the county needs more representation, and that is what we'll do. Oxon Hill Elementary, Forest Heights Elementary. We want to be in all these schools. These kids deserve access to racket sports. It's a wealth builder, adds 10 years to your life. Everyone needs to be involved, and that's our mission, is to provide tennis to everybody and to do it at a high level. Thank you. And I will accept that on Megan's behalf as well.
Okay, I have one for Ray as well. I know he recently retired.
Yes.
But let's do a photograph and can take these back to them as well. Thanks so much for those. And for those of you who follow tennis, JTCC is also the home of our other hometown hero, Francis Tiafoe, who's gone as far as the semifinals at 2 major tennis Grand Slams. So, all right, next we're going to bring up Chief Acting Chief Aaron Forster. My apologies. So this certificate of appreciation is presented to Acting Chief Forster in recognition of your dedication and support serving the youth of the town of Forest Heights and contributing to the success of the Stuff the Bus initiative through the distribution of supplies. For those of you who don't know, Acting Chief Forster took over as Acting Chief this summer. Our own former chief was promoted to the Director of Emergency Management for our entire county. And so he took on a lot. And then this event came and we needed someone to move the bus on a Sunday. And even though he works diligently throughout the week, he still took the time out to make sure the bus was there on time and coordinate with the Evolve Foundation and with Tanger. And then at the end of a very hot day, brought the bus right back. And so for helping us make this event happen for the first time, we just want to say thank you for what you do day in and day out, but then also for going above and beyond in the extra mile. And I do want to recognize our former chief is here who started this program. We really appreciate just the seeds you planted to continue to grow with our staff on the team. And you heard what JTCC just said. It's really been a great program, so thank you as well. Want to have any words, Acting Chief? All right, take the photograph. All right, thank you to everyone who was involved. I know there's other names that we didn't mention, but we tried to spread it out. Forest Heights Day, today, and throughout the year. And some of the folks who are here today, we know will be back. So you're not strangers. This is not goodbye. Just see you later, right? We also wanted to recognize folks from the National Park Service who helped out with our pedestrian bridge ribbon cutting ceremony that happened back in April. For those who haven't been to the other side of town, there's a waterfront trail that runs through Forest Heights. And for many years, that trail was cut off because there was no way for people who couldn't walk or who weren't old enough or who weren't able to get across. And through advocacy from our Congressman Glenn Ivey, that bridge was rebuilt. And now residents and those who live in the area can access that beautiful waterfront resource that's totally within the town of Forest Heights. So we just want to thank Mr. Michael Donato, and one of the rangers, Ms. Cynthia Labarge, actually lives in the town of Forest Heights as well. So thank you to them and the National Park Service. All right, next up on our agenda are mayor and council member reports. And we're going to begin in Ward 1 with Council Member Jamila McDonald.
Good evening. I have nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member McDonald. Council Member Little.
Good evening. I would like to start off with reminding and inviting the neighborhood to our annual Harvest Festival, which will be Saturday, October 25th from 2 to 6. That will be filled with fun and community and friends and family, a lot of activities going on there. And then followed by a trunk or treat at 6 to 8. And then our infamous haunted house. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Also, for those who were affected by the government shutdown, Pepco is offering assistance. I'm not sure how much assistance, but they are helping. You could call 202-833-7500 for information on expanding bill payment support options. That'll be all. Huh? The 19th. Oh, yes. How did I forget? Also join Council President Noble and I as we do our monthly card and crochet night, the third Friday, which will be October 17th, from 6 to 8:30 here at the Municipal Building. We will be looking for you to come and celebrate and have fun with us. That's all? Yeah. All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member Little. Next, we will go to Council Member Brownson, Ward 2.
Good evening, everyone. I want to report, I did sit in on PEPCO's quarterly webinar for for community leaders. And I have a handout here about the PEPCO gonna be raising their rates starting November the 1st. It's gonna be $11 for your service plus an additional $1. And like Councilwoman Little said, they have some flexible payment options. They have some late payment charge that can get reduced, and they can also help you with your monthly bills. And they said that they have a fund, and the funds have not been used. Only about 46% of the funds have been used. So if you need help with paying your PEPCO bill, you can call them at that number, and I do have the handout, and I will let it put some up front and hopefully put it in the newsletter. Also, I was talking with Miss Bart, Carol Bart, about she's with the Department of Environment, and they are the organization that planted the trees here in the town of Forest Heights. And she's going to help us with some information about how to care for the leaves. But she also gave us a timely handout. It's called Mulching Leaves into the Turf for a Smart Town. And I'm gonna leave that handout for everyone also, because she was saying there's no need to bag your leaves. There's a smarter way and a more environmental safe than raking your leaves and putting them in the leaf bags and send them away. So that handout is available as well. And then I also want to mention that on October the 25th at 11 a.m., there's going to be the Ways and Means First Quarter Advisory Committee meeting. And before that, it's going to be at 10, it's going to be the Finance Committee meeting. From 10 to 11 a.m., it's going to be the Finance Committee meeting. And from 11 to 12, it's going to be the Ways and Means Committee meeting. And I sent the invitation to Mr. Frankensfield, so I hope he'll be there with us as well. That's all I have. Okay, it's okay. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilmember Brownson. Next, we'll go to Councilmember Kennedy for Ward 2 as well.
So basically the functions coming up and the rest of the functions that we will have the rest of the year. The town does rely on our super volunteers, obviously, but we also need volunteers for the different functions that we're having also. Mr. Holland, do we need volunteers for the haunted house?
Aside from the high schoolers, we are accepting volunteers from the neighborhood, from the community, but they will have to undergo background checks.
Okay.
So
is that for all volunteers for any function we have?
Yeah, so moving forward, all volunteers that will be consistently engaging with the kids will have to undergo a background check once a year. And we're going to start trying to make them mandatory for January and then every 6-month period after that.
Is this going to be administered by the Forest Heights Police Department?
Yes, they will be doing the background checks.
Okay. All right, thank you. So yes, we need volunteers. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Kennedy. Next, we'll go to Councilmember Hines, Ward 3.
This time, the only thing that I just want to say, our mayor of the town of Forest Heights is going to be celebrating his birthday tomorrow. And I just want us to give him a nice little shout out. And as of right now, yeah, can we? Thank you. That's all. I don't have anything.
Thank you, Councilmember Hines. So nice of you. Next, we'll go to Council President Noble, also from Ward 3.
Good evening, all. I have a list of things, but as usual, I will only talk about some of them. On October 8th, this Wednesday, second Wednesday at 6:30, Dementia Friendly America, we have a virtual meeting. So anyone who wants to attend, they can. And then on October 12th, St. Mark's Share Program. The money is due, which is $30. And I think it's 4 pounds of chicken wings, perch fish, 8 to 10 pounds of produce. So maybe you may not need it, but maybe a neighbor or someone else. So that's $30. And the particulars are outside of the building in the window. I just want to update on our Tuesday and Thursday walks. Thanks to Chief Reese. We're still walking and we're still monitoring the town. And we have a lot of public safety concerns that we did bring up today in the neighborhood watch meeting. So we'll talk about that later. Also, I want to talk about the newsletter and see if the mayor would welcome opportunity for us to have a newsletter. I appreciate his message, but we have a message board, we have all these other things. We need to cut down on the message board. And how do we get more in the newsletter? So that's a separate conversation, but people have asked about that, as well as the constant contact alert and the text messages. People have signed up for constant contact and they haven't been added. So I have a list of things, and I would like to see us to get some recycling bins in the town hall, at the garden, and everywhere else if we're going to remain sustainable. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Council President Noble. Well, the newsletter committee is seeking recruits now, so. Thank you. All right. Okay, next I'll present, and it'll be on the screen, those who are in the room behind you. This is presentation for October 6th, 2025. First up, just wanted to share that Foresight's received its first American in Bloom assessment, and we received a 4-star rating recognizing our strong civic pride, community vitality, and leadership in environmental sustainability. As many of you know, the town has been pursuing green and sustainable initiatives. We have solar panels, we have pervious pavement, we planted over 1,500 new trees in the town, and we've got a large electric vehicle fleet. So this is a starting point in the assessment. The assessment will be shared with the council and the community soon, particularly those who end up participating with the beautification and appearance committee. But the way the program works is every year we can get more points. And so we can continue to improve and take on recommendations that work for our town, and hopefully one day be on the American Bloom stage for leading one of the categories that we're represented in. Next, just want to share that we're recruiting residents for boards, commissions, and committees. On page 10 in October newsletter, there's a listing of a few committees that are priority: newsletter, beautification and appearance, emergency planning, strategic planning, and another committee. You can review those, and if you'd like to submit an application, we have sent some text alerts out. We have the committees on our social media page, and then we also have paper applications available at the town hall. You can apply and we'll review applications, and we're looking to name and appoint people to those boards and commissions this winter and this fall. I was able to visit the Coffee with a Cop event, which happened last week on October 1st over at 7-Eleven. Council President Noble was also there and saw pictures and video. Lots of residents came through, and I want to thank the Forest Heights Police Department for being there and always leading efforts with community policing. Forest Heights was recently named the trailblazer in EV charging by the Greater Washington Region Clean Cities Coalition. And on October the 23rd, that organization will be hosting an awards luncheon and a clean energy and transportation expo that's going to be at Martin's Crosswinds in Greenbelt, Maryland. So congratulations to the town of Forest Heights. I'll be speaking on behalf of the town and our efforts. And we just want to highlight all the things that we've done. It's very nice to be recognized, and thank the council, our staff, and everyone in the community for your contribution to this effort. I think this is a holdover from last presentation, but there was Ward 1 community walk with the Forest Heights Police Department. It was great to get out into the community face to face with residents, hear your concerns, and then also your ideas, and hopefully make a connection so that as we solicit volunteers and input, we'll be able to listen to your voice and rely on your impact. I was able to participate with the Maryland Black Mayors. They had a partnership with the city of District Heights, which did a 5K walk run in District Heights the week before last. This is part of our 2025 health initiative, which which was spearheaded so that mayors could get out and show that they're active and encourage residents and community members to do the same, because we know healthy leaders can then lead healthy communities. And I want to just recognize that our Mayor Tracy Gant, who's over towards the far right, is in the city of Edmonston, which has been a great partner to us so far. Their town administrator is actually the president of America in Bloom. And so we feel like there's lots of great synergy between our two towns, especially around sustainability efforts and around cultivating beautification. Did I finish the walk? I did. I did finish the walk. It's not that far. No, it's not. Just flyers for the upcoming events, our 2025 Harvest Festival. Basically, you just need to know October 25th, 2025. Just place a seat outside and just stay from sun up to sundown. We're going to have events that run the whole gambit for the whole family, and they're all going to be right here. Trunk or treat and haunted house. Again, October 25th. This is the place you want to be. And lastly, just a reminder of those upcoming events that the town is participating in. Oxon Hill High School Homecoming Parade, Saturday, October 11th at 9 a.m. And then the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Walk, which will be at National Harbor. We got a correction. It starts at 8 a.m., also this Saturday. And according to Director Reese's team, I think Forest Heights is going to be highlighted around 9:45-ish if you want to come through and support. And that concludes my report. All right, next on our agenda, we have public period. This is the time when members of the public can speak to the mayor and council and make a comment. You'll have 2 minutes to do so. And we may be able to answer the question now, but we may get back to you or have a department head get back to you via email with an appropriate response if we can't answer now. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during public period at this time? Good evening, please come forward. And if you could just make sure that mic is green so the folks at home can hear you. And if you could state your name and your street.
Thank you. Greetings, and I apologize if I'm late and if you all already said this and this is redundant before I say anything. So I saw in the newsletter about the
Yeah, could you just state your name and your street?
Oh, I'm Kaylin Joy, or Kaylin Brody. I live on Comanche Drive. And two things. The 5-point plan sounds amazing. But I wasn't clear exactly like the task or the expected outcome. So if we're interested in actually contributing, I'd like to understand like how, because that would position how I would apply. You know, that's one thing. Should I say everything?
Yeah, give me the second one and we'll
Okay.
answer what we can.
And the second thing is, do we have like a community skills bank or directory so we could know who does what and how we could support each other's businesses? Or, you know, if I need some work done, I can work with my community before I start looking outside of it. Does anything like that exist?
Well, thank you. Two great questions. The first thing I would say is the 5-point plan is shown in the mayor's letter. That's a thing that I use with the staff and with day-to-day operations. But the Strategic Planning Commission that we're appointing to now is going to be helping with the town-wide strategic plan. That is a document that's a multi-year plan that helps us to decide on major things we're going to do. And we're going to be seeking resident and community input for that plan. So as part of staffing that committee, the effort is to get that plan done and to have residents be included and be very vocal as part of that process. So we hope that maybe you'll consider, maybe that sounds like a group that might be something that you'd be interested in. On page 10 of the newsletter for this month, though, it lists out the other committees and what we're looking for those folks to do and what the responsibilities would be. So take a look at the newsletter. But again, if you can get a chance to apply, we'd love to see what you're interested in and get you on one of our boards and commissions. And secondly, to your other question, I don't believe we have a skills bank currently or a business directory. However, we would be interested in starting to gather information to put one together. So that's another effort that sounds like a great opportunity for volunteers to help us find out who is in the community. And we can then potentially leverage the town website and other resources to put that information out. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during public period at this time? Going once, going twice. All right, hearing none. Public period is now closed. Next, we will move into legislation for action. The first piece of legislation we have up this evening is Resolution 4925. And this is a resolution of the Mayor and Council of the Town of Forest Heights, Maryland, approving the reappointment of an election board member. I move that we adopt Resolution 49-25. It has been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 49-25. Discussion. Resolution 49-25 is reappointing Mr. Lindell Murphy to the election board. He has been certified as meeting the requirements and has elected to serve an additional 2-year term. Is there any further discussion on Resolution 49-25? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy,
Yes.
Councilmember Brownson,
Yes.
Councilmember Little,
Yes.
Councilmember McDonald,
Yes.
Council President Noble,
Yes.
Mayor Lilly.
Yes.
The vote was unanimous. The motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, the next piece of legislation is Resolution 50-25. This is a resolution of the Mayor and Council of the Town of Forest Heights, Maryland, approving the reappointment of an election board member. I move that we adopt Resolution 50-25.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 50-25. Discussion. This particular resolution appointing an election board member is for Ms. Elaine Pippins. She's being reappointed after we have certified that she meets the requirements, and she has elected to serve another 2 years as well. Any further discussion on Resolution 50-25? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy,
Yes.
Councilmember Brownson,
Yes.
Councilmember Little,
Yes.
Councilmember McDonald,
Yes.
Council President Noble,
Yes.
Mayor Lilly.
Yes.
The vote is unanimous. The motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, we'll move to Resolution 51-25. This is a resolution of the Mayor and Council of the Town of Forest Heights, Maryland, accepting the resignation of Mr. Salah Noor from the Department of Public Works position. I move that we adopt Resolution 51-25. Is there a second?
I second.
It has been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 51-25. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. My apologies. We just need a second. We had a second. Okay. Discussion. This resolution is accepting the resignation of Mr. Salah Noor, who served as Public Works Director. That role is going to be sent out for new applications, and this is simply accepting his resignation. Any discussion on 51-25? Okay, hearing none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy,
Yes.
Councilmember Brownson,
Yes.
Councilmember Little,
Yes.
Councilmember McDonald,
Yes.
Council President Noble,
Yes.
Mayor Lily.
Yes.
Vote is unanimous. The motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, we have Resolution 52-25. This is a resolution of the Mayor and Council of the Town of Forest Heights, Maryland, appointing Jason Deloach as Town Attorney and approving an engagement letter. I move that we adopt Resolution 52-25.
I second.
It has been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 51-25. Discussion. Well, we are moving to appoint a new attorney for the Town of Forest Heights, Maryland. This marks a new chapter, we believe, in the town's history and in our efforts to move the town forward. So at this time, I'd like to bring Mr. Jason Deloach forward to speak for himself.
Well, good evening. Jason Deloach, it's good to see you guys in person. I just want to say I'm looking forward to the opportunity to working with the town of Forest Heights. I live about 10 minutes away. My office is about 5 minutes away. My assistant, longtime assistant, indicated to me, I didn't know this, she grew up in Forest Heights. So very much looking forward to working with you. I bring a wealth of experience to the table, and I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm looking forward to being a part of the community, which I am with my other municipalities that I represent. So I'm looking forward to working with you.
Thank you, Mr. Deloach. And for the members of the community who are here today, you can be seated.
Thank you.
Mr. Deloach brings a wealth of knowledge, as he stated, by working with municipalities for over 2 decades, high-performing towns and cities that are delivering value for their residents and protecting the interests of their towns and their businesses and communities. So we look forward to working with you, sir. Are there any questions or any further discussion for Resolution 52-25?
I had some questions about the engagement letter, but I can't find my questions offhand. But one of my questions was, in the engagement letter, it didn't state any rates or how you, billing the town, what you're charging us for. Does it not come with that, when we're
Oh, just
approved it?
one moment, council member. We actually have a letter that explains that.
Yeah, I see that, this letter right here.
Yes, we have that attachment. We also have another one that is a second. There's another letter that's a larger, longer engagement letter, but there's a document that explains that.
Oh, okay.
And I apologize. I thought the retainer agreement had the hourly rate in it.
I'm sorry?
I thought the retainer agreement had the hourly rate in it.
It did, I didn't see it. Is that the retainer or this? No, this is the letter. We're just not getting this. The one we had previously, the engagement letter statement, didn't have it on there. And another thing was on there, it was, can't find it, but it had, saying that the firm, so, the question is, will you and the firm be representing us, or is just going to be you?
I work for Alexander and Cleveland. There's another lawyer in my firm named Todd Pounds. We do the municipal work, but I'll be the main attorney. You probably won't see Todd much, but we work together. I think collectively we represent 13 municipalities. So we sort of work together. He has a area of specialization in certain areas, and I defer to him on some of those. But I will be your town attorney. I do 95% of the work for all of my municipalities.
And still can't find that engagement package or something, but in that it said that your rate would change if you had to drop some of the work you're doing and do something for us, then your rate would change.
No, I think you're getting my engagement letter.
Yeah, that engagement.
I think you're getting my engagement letter maybe confused with someone else's. I've never put anything in that like that in my engagement letter. I don't know.
Just a letter.
I gave you an engagement letter.
Yeah, no, we have the engagement letter that's before us now. It states the rate and
The packet that we got.
expenses
Mhm.
as incurred.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there was a engagement letter that I provided a few weeks ago,
Right.
and then a supplement that was provided. But my engagement letter that I provided for signature, it did have the hourly rate in it. Yeah.
That you had given about, you know, what you were going to provide. It
Oh,
was
okay.
like-
Mhm.
It was like the third or fourth bullet in there, and you were talking about if there is an emergency and you all had to drop something, that the rates would change.
I don't think that ever happened. I've been representing municipalities for over 20 years. I've never modified my hourly rate. If that's in there, that's boilerplate. I have never modified my hourly rate to a higher rate for anything. So, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Brownson. Councilmember McDonald.
Yes, Mr. Deloach, I just wanted to know if you were going to be available to meet when the town meets on the first Monday and the third Wednesday?
The first Monday is fine. The third Wednesday is fine. I don't have any conflicts with any of my other municipalities for the third Wednesday.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Like, I found what I was talking about.
Okay.
So this is the terms of engagement for legal services. Is this what you provided for us? This.
Oh, we have to provide that with our retainers. That's sort of retainers that we give for corporations and businesses and so forth. Again,
So
yeah.
bullet here says the time constraint imposed by you or our client, including substantial disruption or other office business, and determine the amount to be charged for the legal service.
Yeah, I've quoted you the legal rate. And again, in 20 some odd years of practice, I've never given a different hourly rate for anything that's popped up, whether it be an emergency or something that is due 6 months from now. So you can mark that off if you'd like. I've never done that for a municipality. That is something that's the standard legal terms and conditions that we give for all of our clients.
Yes, thank you. So it's been firmly established that the rate that we would charge to the town is $215 an hour for any services provided.
That's right.
And expenses such as copying paper, other disposable items will be billed in the invoice monthly.
That's right.
Thank you, sir. All right. Is there any further discussion for resolution 52-25? Okay, hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll. Thank you, Mr. Deloach.
Thank you.
Councilmember Hines?
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy?
Yes.
Councilmember Brownson?
I abstain.
Councilmember Little?
Yes.
Councilmember McDonald?
Yes.
Council President Noble?
Yes.
Mayor Lilly?
Yes.
6 yeses, 1 abstention. The motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, next on the agenda, we have our final piece of legislation. This is an ordinance number 05-25. This is an ordinance of the town of Forest Heights approving public use and trail maintenance agreement and easement and public utility, my apologies. Ordinance 05-25, an ordinance of the town of Forest Heights, Maryland, approving public use and trail maintenance. Which one? Oh, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to get in and out of here today very quickly. We're going to take a recess after legislation, by the way, so we can let folks mingle and talk just a little bit, take a break. All right. Before we move to the ordinance, which we're not voting on tonight anyway, Resolution 53-25, appointing Councilwoman Councilwoman Little as chairman or chairperson of the Finance Committee. I move that we adopt Resolution 53-25. It has been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 53-25. Discussion. We're making a procedural change, appointing Councilmember Little as the chairperson of the Finance Committee. The same members will be on the committee: Councilmember McDonald, Councilmember Little, and Council President Noble. Any other further discussion for Resolution 53-25? Oh, okay, hearing none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilmember Brownson,
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy,
Abstain, I mean, yes.
Councilmember Little. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes.
Councilmember McDonald,
Yes.
Council President Noble,
Yes.
Mayor Lily.
Yes.
The vote is unanimous. The motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Congratulations, Councilmember Little. Now we will move to ordinance number 05-25. This is an ordinance of the town of Forest Heights approving a public use and trail maintenance easement and public utility agreement, including a fee for non-exclusive use of municipal land for the National View development, and generally relating to an easement and shared use of an undeveloped public way owned by the town. We're not voting on this ordinance today, so I will open it up for discussion. And to provide some information to the council and to residents here, this agreement is related to National View Project, which is a 20-acre mixed-use development that is coming to the town of Forest Heights. If you're familiar with Bald Eagle Drive or the Oxen Hill Cove and Farm, this site will be directly next to that. So at the bottom of our residential area on the west side of town, this will be an additional residential business and retail space that is projected to come to the town. This agreement helps to expand public access by creating a safe paved connection between Bald Eagle Drive and Seneca Drive, improving mobility for residents and visitors, but it is strictly a pedestrian pathway. It supports community recreation by providing a shared use trail for walkers, bikers, skaters, and those who use wheelchairs for mobility. There's no cost to the town. The developer funds the construction, operation, and ongoing maintenance for this resource that town residents get to use. The town will receive $1,000 a year as an annual user fee for the easement agreement. It provides improvements to infrastructure. The trail will be built according to standards by the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission guidelines. And there's the option to include underground utilities at no expense to the town. Under this agreement, the developer assumes responsibility for maintenance and other liabilities. All right, so with that, I'm going to open it up for just a brief overview from Mr. Andrew Clayman, who was with the Petra development team. Mr. Clayman, could you just provide any other highlights about this ordinance that I haven't touched on, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I appreciated the introduction. I think you covered everything. The property that National View sits on almost connects to Seneca Drive. There's just a short way. We had always envisioned a multimodal path system that wove its way into the community, and this easement agreement would allow that to happen. It also, depending on where the WSSC, which is the Water and Sewer Authority, is asking us to make connections, would allow us to connect water or sewer to their lines through this area as well. As you stated, this is something that we would that the project would completely cover the cost of, put everything back into good working order, and maintain it going forward with no cost of Forest Heights. We see this as an advantage to both the project and the community at a number of levels. And we hope that you see it the same way. Thank you for your time and a chance to speak to you and the council again regarding our project.
Thank you, Mr. Clayman. And just to provide a little more update, this easement agreement is part of the overall approval for the project. No construction is commencing yet. Before the project can break ground, there's some other county approvals that have to happen. And as that process works its way through, we'll bring back the National View team to present final plans and renderings for this project so residents remain informed. Mr. Clayman, if I am speaking correctly, you expect those approvals to happen somewhere towards the end of the year. So we're looking at maybe the beginning of next year for initial presentations of some final plans. Does that sound correct?
That's correct. The final entitlement stages would be the detailed site plan, which would be county approval and then certification, and then the replatting of the land to match. We assume that that will go through at the end of this year, in which case we can come back and say, this is the project. Here's where we started. Here's all of the things we're able to keep in. This is what it looks like. And we look forward to being able to update the Forest Heights community about about a very large addition with a lot of public amenities coming to the city. But beginning of January would be a perfect time for it.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, and to add to that, we will ensure that we put out notice in the newsletter and online and through social media, text message alerts to get maximum resident engagement and exposure about those approvals and the renderings when they're ready to be viewed. Is there any further discussion on ordinance number 05-25? Oh, who wants to go first? Councilmember Hines.
Okay, I sat on this, on the council when this whole thing took place, okay? And one of the things that Mayor Mohammed and myself was concerned about was to make sure that our streets are narrow. And so you're saying that this Seneca Drive is going to be used as what? What part? Because those trucks are big. They promised us, or they told us that they weren't going to be coming down there at no time because we were concerned with our children and walkers. And so we have that guarantee that that's not what they're going to be using, right? That's not going to happen.
Yes, you're correct. No, this is a strictly pedestrian use trail. The only vehicles that can be permitted to use this trail is an emergency vehicle if someone is experiencing a life-threatening emergency. But as far as construction, no, this is not for vehicles. It's not for construction. This is for people to walk and ride and to have pedestrian access only. Mr. Clayman, if there's anything different, please confirm.
No, you're absolutely right, Mayor. This would be bicycles and pedestrians only as we come through here. No vehicular traffic of any kind associated with the project. The bulk of the construction work, if not all of it, will happen on site, not through the Forest Heights streets. It'll come in from the southern end of the site. I don't, go ahead.
For those, the sound can be a challenge. Technical meetings, hybrid meetings can be a little bit challenging. But Mr. Clayman was just saying that the entrance point for construction and other vehicles into and out of the National View site is going to be on the south side off of Bald Eagle Drive. It's not going to be coming through the existing portions of the town of Forest Heights. Thank you, sir. I'm going to go to Councilmember Brownson.
Yes, so my question is if it's gonna be a pedestrian trail off of Seneca, which means that people can park on Seneca and come through the entranceway to get into Harbor View. So that's gonna create a lot of traffic for Seneca Drive. And then a lot of activities, people can walk from the bus stops from Eastover, everywhere can come through the Harbor View off of Seneca Drive. And then another concern is that even though the trucks will be coming off Bald Eagle Drive, you got to come down to Seneca in order to prepare the walkway. So I just think it's gonna impact Seneca Drive a lot. And there's no sidewalks right now for people to walk. The roads are already in bad conditions. So I think this is, and then you want to offer us $1,000 a year to use our easement? I just think it's not a fair deal.
Thank you for your comments, Councilmember Brownson. We are growing, and so there are sometimes growing pains, but the things you highlighted show a great opportunity for us to make sure our public safety strategy is correct, and also that our code enforcement addresses where vehicles will be parked and ensuring that they're not parked in areas that will negatively impact residents. As you know, we're looking at parking permitting in certain areas of the town that are overburdened by cars. And this is a great example of a place where we can expand that program to have proactive enforcement so that residents are able to benefit, but we minimize the negative impacts. Now, obviously, we can't guarantee there won't be any growing pains at all, but we believe that it's in the best interest of the town to provide more pedestrian access and to provide a way for existing residents to access this new addition to the town without having to drive. Thank you. I'm going to go to any other further comments on ordinance number 05-25 before I go back to Councilmember Brownson. Councilmember Kennedy.
Which exhibit shows us the best picture of where this is going to be and how it's intersects?
And that's for Mr. Clayman. Do you know the title of which exhibit may show the best overview of the entrance point?
Give me just a minute and let me see if I can get that up. I believe it's exhibit C of the ones that are there. I think A and B were showing the overall area as it exists, and I think exhibit C was the one.
Any other discussion on ordinance number 05-25?
Think.
Councilmember McDonald.
I am curious as to the, I guess, the non-exclusive amount of money that comes up. How did you come up with the, I guess, the $1,000, Mr. Clayman? How did the developers come up with that number?
I don't believe the developers did come up with that number. We had a number of discussions with between our zoning attorney and the City of Forest Heights attorney over the area itself. And I know that from the beginning, we said that the developer would provide all of the improvements and the annual maintenance for it. I believe it was Forest Heights that came back and requested an annual fee to go along with the use of the easement. And this is I believe currently a unused portion of land that had been conveyed to Forest Heights quite a number of years ago. before the developer had come on board and assembled the
There had to
land.
be. I
But
guess just to follow up, Mr. Clayman, was there an easement agreement? I guess that's what I'm trying to understand. Was there an easement agreement?
There was not an easement agreement. This is the first easement agreement that has been proposed, as I understand it, between the National View Development and the town of Forest Heights. The town of Forest Heights had been conveyed this land, but there has been, as far as I understand, no use for it. But you'd have to ask your
Thank you.
your attorney.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Clayman. And I'll add that the easement agreement and the exhibits that are enclosed were sent over the summer for review. And this is the first easement agreement. So no agreement has come forward before establishing a easement on this particular plot of land. Council President Noble.
My main concern always with the town is finances. And for $1,000 for an annual easement fee is just unreasonable. For me, it needs to be tied to something else. That I don't know that that would even pay for the code enforcement or the parking person, because this will disrupt Seneca Drive, because people will come there and park and walk through there. And that will disrupt the residents who live here. Change is good, but change is good with understanding of both parties. That's what agreements are. So I think, and it's unfortunate that when it started out some time ago, and we're here now, but at the same time, $1,000 is just not a reasonable fee for easement to me. Thank you.
Can I just ask one more? I mean.
Yes, yes, you can.
Listen, this is gonna affect, it's gonna affect the whole community, but, is there some way that I can get copies so that I'm a walker and I plan to walk, and I'm gonna let everybody on Seneca Drive just know what's getting ready to happen. Maybe no one knows. They read, I don't know how often this went out. This is the first time, or this is what? So can I get copies? That's all I'm asking, because I plan to let everybody know. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Hines. Yes, Council President Noble.
I just want to make it clear that it's not going to just disrupt Seneca Drive. It's going to disrupt everyone on the opposite side of the highway that lives in the town of Forest Heights, right? So from Creed to South Huron, well, up to Woodland, up to Satcham. So it's not just going to be that one portion that's disturbed. Thank you.
Councilmember Kennedy.
Is it possible to add a parking area on the top side? So that way people can park on the top of where Bald Eagle Drive and Sachem will intersect. That way it won't affect anybody on the other side of town at all. They can park on the top side and walk this trail if they want to.
Mayor, this is Andrew again, if I could.
Yes, I was going to say that's directed to you.
Thank you. The project itself will have parking, and will have structured parking, it will have public parking, it will have street parking that goes with it. And I think if anybody was coming to the National View property, it would be much easier to park closer to the amenities. And that parking is provided for within the design itself. This is again, this is a bike path that exists as a connection through the site now. There is right now there's a bike path that runs through the national park. And I believe it does connect into Forest Heights. So I'm not sure you're going to be looking at a drastic increase in bicycle traffic. From a pedestrian standpoint, I think it's more likely it's going to benefit the residents. There is a open park, unbuilt land at the north end of the site, which is close to Seneca. There is a dog park and a pavilion there. As well as a community garden at that end of the site. But the buildings themselves closer to the southern end of the site also have the public amenities. And again, with a lot of parking. Our own traffic studies did not see a sizable increase in the traffic coming through Seneca Drive, not from what their studies had suggested. And I might also add that there is annual maintenance as well as initial construction cost, which is not borne by the city. So in addition to the $1,000 that goes to Forest Heights, the development will pay quite a bit more for, maintenance and security within the project itself. So there are benefits coming back to the community, which are embedded in this agreement, which do not cost Forest Heights. Typically, what we have seen is when there are higher fees, then the maintenance are included with that. We specifically kept the maintenance on the side of the developer so that there wouldn't be an issue for Forest Heights. If that helps clarify the thought process behind it. And the other thing I would add is I believe that right now there's a right of way on this site, and I think that's the only item that exists, which is why I believe the easement agreement was set up to be a bit more formal and to assure both creation cost and maintenance went to the proper side, in this case to the developer side.
So let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. We have a newly appointed attorney here tonight, and so it's best for us to continue discussing the agreement. We're not voting tonight for this very reason. Now, it was distributed in advance for feedback, review, comments, but now that we're in the meeting, we'll take the feedback that's here and we will explore how we come to an agreement that works for the town and that works for the project as well. But we really do take resident impact seriously, and any dollar amount that's attached could be larger. We would all love that. I don't think anybody would turn down more money. What I would add is that the project itself brings economic impact to the town as well. A year after each building goes up and they get their use and occupancy license, business sales tax and property tax will be coming directly to the town as well. So we should keep that in mind. But let's let Mr. Deloach enter this conversation and give the town advice on what is best for the residents, what is best for the council, what will help us show good leadership on this new project, this new relationship, this new expansion of the town. All right, hearing none, that concludes our legislation. Madam Clerk.
Yes, Mayor Lilly, I would like to go back to Resolution 53-25 and put Councilwoman Little on a record as abstaining since it's appointing her. Would she be able to vote?
Yes, she can vote because we had a resolution to approve the other council improvements or the council appointments, and we take the action as a matter of the council takes the action. It's not a conflict for her to vote in favor.
Okay, thank you.
But thank you for checking and looking into it. We appreciate your attention to detail. Okay, so we're not voting on ordinance number 05-25, so that concludes legislation. At this time, we're going to take a brief recess, and it's 8:51. We will come back 20 minutes from now, 9:11.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Congratulations. I came in right when you came here. How you doing, Mr. How you doing? Before the runway, sounds like